You ever wonder why almost every single thing we do online means some middleman gets a slice of the pie? Think about it. Concert tickets, stocks, even just sending money. There's always a platform sitting in the middle, adding friction, adding costs. But what if we could just get rid of them? What if we could build markets that operate on their own? Well, let's dive into a technology that's trying to do exactly that.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to one word: centralization. When you buy a ticket on some big platform, you're not just paying for the seat. Nope. You're funding their servers, their huge staff, their profit margins, all of it. And it's all built on these slow, complicated systems. We've just kind of accepted this as the way things are. But does it have to be? Okay, so this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the world we live in now. High fees, some company in control, and waiting for your money to settle. But on the right, that's the promise of on-chain markets. We are talking fees that are less than a penny. You are in control. Things settle instantly, and you can use any wallet you want. It's a total game changer, moving away from being locked into one company's ecosystem.
So, how do we actually make this a reality? Let's get practical and look at a real-world example, a market that just doesn't have a middleman.
Let's talk about event tickets. We've all been there, right? You see the ticket price, then get to checkout, and bam, hit with insane service fees. Or a show sells out, and the only way to get a ticket is on a secondary market that feels totally sketchy. Now, imagine this instead. The artist or venue issues the tickets directly onto a blockchain. You hold that ticket in your own digital wallet, and if you want to sell it, you can, directly to another person. No platform needed.
And this is where it gets really cool because it's a total win-win. Organizers can cut their costs way down by issuing tickets directly. They can even program the tickets so they automatically get a piece of any resale. How cool is that? And for us, the fans, it means we actually own our tickets. You could even place a standing buy order for a sold-out show, and the second a seller hits your price, the trade just happens, automatically. That's what an open on-chain market can do.
Now, this isn't just some fantasy idea. There's a real proof of concept out there that shows exactly how this would work, and it's called CEDX.
So what is this JetX thing? Well, it's a design for what's called a decentralized exchange, or a DEX. And here is the most important part. A DEX like this isn't a company, it's a protocol. Think of it like a set of public rules, a recipe that just runs automatically on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain. It accepts orders, matches buyers and sellers, and settles the trades instantly, all without a CEO or a central office. It just works.
And the way it works is surprisingly simple. First, you place an order right from your wallet. Then the system just bundles up all the recent orders and matches buyers with sellers. Now, what if there's no direct match for you? No problem. An automated liquidity pool, which is basically just a big pot of assets ready to trade, can step in and complete your order. And then, boom, the assets are swapped instantly, right on the blockchain. The whole market is powered by its users. No central server anywhere. Okay, a serverless, on-chain exchange. That's a seriously powerful idea. But what's the magic trick here? What's the underlying tech making it all go? To get that, we need to peel back one more layer of the onion and look at something called CashTokens.
Right, so we get the application, the cool, decentralized exchange, but what's the engine? How do you even represent something unique like a concert ticket or something interchangeable like a share in a company on a blockchain to begin with?
The answer is a huge upgrade to the Bitcoin Cash protocol called CashTokens. It went live back in May 2023. And this wasn't some little add-on. This was a deep, fundamental upgrade to the base layer of the blockchain itself, giving it the native ability to handle all sorts of different assets. So CashTokens basically gave the network two new superpowers. First up, you've got fungible tokens, or FTs. The easiest way to think about these is like a dollar bill. My dollar is the same as your dollar. They're interchangeable, perfect for stuff like company shares or loyalty points. Then you have non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. These are the opposite. They're like a concert ticket for seat 14A. It's totally unique, perfect for proving you own a one-of-a-kind thing.
But wait, it gets even cooler. The NFTs on Bitcoin Cash have these different flavors. An immutable one is simple. Its data is locked in, forever. A mutable NFT is flexible. Think of a video game character that levels up. Every time you use it, you can create a new, updated version. And a minting NFT? That's like a master key. It can create tons of new NFTs in its category. So an event organizer could use one to issue a whole new block of tickets. This kind of flexibility is a massive deal for developers.
All right, so we have the application, JetX, and we have the engine, CashTokens. But why does all this work so incredibly well on Bitcoin Cash specifically? Well, it all comes down to the deep-down architecture of the blockchain itself.
So most blockchains kind of follow one of two designs. There's the account model, which networks like Ethereum use. It's like having one single bank account for the whole world. Every transaction has to line up and wait its turn to update that one balance. It creates a traffic jam, a bottleneck. But the UTXO model, which is what Bitcoin Cash uses, is more like having a wallet full of individual bills and coins. You can give one person a $5 bill while at the same exact time you're giving someone else a 10. They're separate actions, so they can happen in parallel. And the result of that super smart design choice? It's this. This number right here. Consistently, ridiculously low transaction fees. Because the system can handle tons of transactions at once, in parallel, it just doesn't get clogged up. The network can handle huge amounts of traffic while keeping the cost to use it at, typically, less than 1 cent.
You know, one developer called this design embarrassingly parallel. And honestly, that's the perfect way to put it. It means the whole system is just naturally built to scale up. This is the core reason it can handle something complex like a decentralized exchange and still stay true to its main goal of being super efficient electronic cash.
Okay, so CashTokens and this UTXO model are amazing building blocks, but they're not the end of the story, not even close. They're actually just pieces of a much bigger, ongoing vision for the entire network. Just look at this roadmap. It's public, it's ambitious, and it shows you exactly where things are headed. We saw that foundation get laid in 2023 with CashTokens. The next big upgrade in 2025 is all about allowing for much more complex financial math right on the blockchain. And then in 2026, that's a huge leap. It's going to add things like loops and functions, turning Bitcoin Cash into a seriously powerful playground for developers to build some really wild applications. Every single step is about making the network more useful.
And the goal here? Well, it's pretty bold. According to the people building this stuff, the whole point of this roadmap is that by 2026, these upgrades will let you build apps on Bitcoin Cash that can do things that even the biggest smart contract platforms can't do today. It's a vision that is laser-focused on real-world utility, on performance, and on massive scale.
There's this quote that just nails the whole philosophy behind this. An asset that is scarce but immobile is a collector's item. An asset that is scarce and highly mobile is global money. Just having something rare isn't enough. If it's expensive or slow to move, it's just a digital beanie baby. To be real money for the whole world, it has to be able to move effortlessly.
Which really brings us to the final question, doesn't it? As more and more of our lives go digital, what are we going to value most in our money? Is it just security? Is it scarcity? Or will the most useful money, the winning money, be the one that can move any kind of value instantly for almost nothing to anyone on Earth? The technology we've just talked about is making a very big bet that the answer is the latter.